I like that. You're catching on, dog.
Yeah, I know.
I brought
We're
you
getting
down to
there.
my
We're
level.
getting there.
Welcome to House to Home. That's a house. I'm Kris. This is Andrea. And as much as we'd love to go in there today and talk about...
It's chilly out here.
It's chilly. It is kind of chilly. I had to go get a jacket. It's like I came outside. I was like, I'm a gentle. I'm a soft soul. You know, you got to kind of.
So it makes you wimpy?
Did you agree with her?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Alrighty.
Today, you know what we're gonna do? We're about 5 weeks into this project, and guess what's happening?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the progress looks really good.
We are gaining,
Yeah.
but guess what's starting to come in the mail?
Either spam mail or bills.
The bills are coming. The bills are coming. So when you go into a project like this, you kind of go in with all this. You just want to dig in, and then all of a sudden reality sets in, and you got to start paying the electrician and the heating and air guy and all those guys that
Make
are
sure
helping.
you're staying on task.
Pretty soon it's like, maybe we should sit down and think this through, you know?
I should have done that a couple weeks ago.
You think so? Maybe that is true. So what we're gonna do when we come back is that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a seat. I brought just a few of my receipts with me. We're gonna sit down and just kind of talk about how that planning process goes and kind of where we go from here. We're gonna bring in a professional to kind of maybe dig us out of this little hole that I may have put us in.
Give you a few pointers
some,
for the
a few
future.
pointers.
Yeah.
Hopefully bring some cash. Checkbook maybe would always be nice. But we will be right back after this message from our sponsors.
When that garage door doesn't open like it used to, then it's time to call Strobel Door and Repair of Russell. They'll travel to almost anywhere in Kansas to repair or replace garage doors for residential or commercial applications. The crews from Strobel can replace your garage door, adjust it, and can replace or fix your garage door opener. Call them and set up your appointment today and save on that frustration. Strobel Door and Repair of Russell. Call 785-483-7665. That's 785-483-7665.
Glassman Plumbing, Heating and Air. The choice is perfectly clear. For plumbing or HVAC repair for over 50 years. We're the name you trust, the name you know. Glassman does it all. When the air won't blow or the water won't flow, give Glassman a call. Glassman Plumbing, Heating and Air. The choice is perfectly clear. Glassman Plumbing, Heating.
Since 1892, Heartland Building Center has continued to provide
Northwest Kansas with superior customer service and quality products.
Offering high-performance windows and doors.
Beautiful cabinetry.
Floor and roof trusses.
Storage sheds, lumber, and decking.
everything for the professional and the do-it-yourself homeowner.
With a full line of hardware.
2 superior paints and stains.
We've got it.
At your locally owned and operated Heartland Building Center, Hayes, Stockton, and Russell.
I refuse to do another episode till you say action.
Action!
Oh.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to House to Home. Hi, Andrea.
Hey.
We moved back to this light stone table. What do you think of this?
Yeah.
I think it's a good place probably to
spread out all the bills.
well, I don't know that we can really spread them out. Well, I guess we could a little bit because of the wind.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, are the bills starting to pile up. And this isn't even a snippet of those because I'm going to guess most of those blew out the door somewhere along between.
Or else dogs shredded them.
Dogs shredded them, which I always enjoy. You know, I always figure if you throw the bills away, they'll send you another one eventually.
Well, yeah. Might add a couple dollars.
Yeah, and then you add up that interest. So I'm maybe not the best planner.
Okay.
I get a little
believe
rambunctious on these projects. It's kind of more about the project than actually what it's going to cost me. So I go in with these projects with this big goal in mind, and then all of a sudden, like 5 weeks into it where we are now, the bills start showing up, and it's like,
reality check.
I have to swallow and go, maybe we won't put a roof on. And does the house really need plumbing? I mean, it's a house, you know, it's an old house.
Yes, 100 years ago.
I mean, let's take people back in time. Let's do an outhouse.
Where's everybody?
You know what? Thank goodness, Patrick.
Are you guys filming your program?
No, but I'm telling you, we need you, Patrick. First Assured, I need to rest assured that First Assured is going to help us.
Yes.
Because, listen, you know me well.
A lot of numbers. Okay, see ya.
You start adding these babies up. Let me just go down the list of where kind of just a brief. Alan Roard, some dirt work. Ellis County Abstract, and insurance planning, insurance, and landfill.
A lot of landfill.
Vernies, we needed hamburgers one day because you can't do all this work without food, right? Then Home Depot, landfill. Then I finally went and got me a permit from the city.
Usually that's the thing you do first.
Apparently landfill.
Let me move that up in the order. Heartland Building, we haven't even gotten there yet because, no. All right. Jesus Mesa, you know, my number one APAC, oh my goodness. Electrical, more landfill, more.
It never ends, does it?
So, I'm a little depressed. I'm not rest assured.
Do you have that much money in your bank account right now? Do you want to spend that money in your bank account?
Well,
You answered my question. Construction loans, Kris. You get a little bit of money to buy the house. You get some more when you're doing the construction. Throughout the whole process, you bring this in. We pay those bills, and the interest accrues. You just pay the interest.
So hold on a second. So I got to make sure I understand. So if I just dive in with no plan in place, and I'm just like, you know what? I think this kitchen's gonna. Well, hold on. So when you did your bathroom, did you go in and do you know, like those what is it, reality something TV where I'm gonna budget. I'm gonna budget $1,600. I'm gonna do this in 2.2 days.
Well, we didn't do the whole days thing because I got a real job. But
So how's your budget?
Yeah, well, I mean, we priced everything out that we knew we'd be working on, and we didn't start the project until we had those funds in our account.
I don't work that way.
No, I can see that.
So you're.
But we're small. I mean, we're only a couple $1,000s, not. I don't even want to guess on that.
It's a lot of money. So you budgeted. You sat down. So what'd you do? Just sit down with a list, you and your husband, and go, okay, here's where we're gonna. Well, we don't want to start on that page. We're gonna start here, and we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna do a tub. I need a bathtub. I need new tile. I need a new light over my. Like, how did you come up with the list?
Well, I mean, we stood in the bathroom and we looked at all the different parts that we'd be pulling out.
One in the tub and one on the pot?
Yeah, we did.
And you went down and so you made a list.
Yeah.
So so far your list been close?
No, we've used a little more, but we also budgeted another 10% from our total for variance.
So how'd you come up with 10%?
I don't know, sound like a good number.
I'm thinking that I need to increase mine by about 75%. I mean,
see that?
I was thinking about $1,500 I could do this project. I'm a little deeper than that right now. I do see I could have cut Vernies out and not had hamburgers, but I like to eat.
I don't want to,
So we would leave that in there. But Misa, we can't cut Misa out.
No way.
He does all the work.
Who would make the noise?
Yeah. I mean, he's not just in there. He's our sound man, you know.
Sound effects.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that your dog?
No, that's fake.
Okay.
Let's have a little recorder going over on the side. So your budget stayed pretty much on track. I mean, so far you have.
I mean, yeah, it definitely was more than we had budgeted overall, but not bad.
Wow. So
But
So
this loan, this construction loan that you're talking
Yeah.
about, seems like a really neat thing.
We would want to see a budget and an appraisal on the property and see, you know, what the house is going to be worth when it's done with all your improvements.
That's cool.
So that's a good point, because you don't want to take a house that's, let's say you have a house that's appraised at 120 and you're thinking, I'm going to put 50 grand into this baby, and you end up spending 75,000, because a lot of times that's how it does end up.
It does happen a lot.
The next thing you know, you're way overpriced for a neighborhood. Maybe we need to think about this just a minute when we come back, because maybe I'm in trouble.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk when we come back.
I'm Jennifer Toepfer, and I found my new home at Williams Real Estate.
I'm Jerry Wilson, and I found my new home at Williams Real Estate.
I'm Jennifer Johnson, and I found my new home with Williams Real Estate.
We found our new home. Let us help you find yours.
Williams Real Estate, for residential or commercial. 1011 East 27th Street in Hayes in the Eagle Business Plaza. Or you can see them online at williamsrealestate.net.
After a hard day's work, there's nothing quite like enjoying an ice-cold beer and biting into a juicy Q burger from the Golden Q in Hayes. The Q offers 12 beers on tap from the ice-cold Blizzard beer system, poured at a chilly 27 to 30 degrees. When it comes to burgers, the Golden Q is the only choice. Try the Q burger or one of the many specialty burgers like the Bacon Extreme or 4-cheese double cheeseburger. If a burger's not your thing, a delicious sandwich or bowl of homemade soup is waiting for you. And remember, if the game's on, they're open. The Golden Q, 8th and Ash in Hayes.
It's not hard to figure out why Western Stone and Hayes is so busy these days. Since opening their doors in 2008, their motto has been a simple one: offer a high-quality product in a very timely manner. Take a look around. Their work speaks for itself. If it's important to you to have someone call you back, getting the job done quickly, professionally, and on budget, then give Western Stone a call to book your project today. With everything manufactured on site, Western Stone products are built to outlast the competition. Western Stone, just east of Walmart in Hayes.
Looking for a new career? Midwest Energy has great careers in electric and natural gas utilities throughout central and western Kansas. We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a wide variety of field and administrative positions. Most positions require community or technical college, and internships are available. Learn more at mwenergy.com. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Oh, I'm a little depressed. I see where I'm going with this, Patrick and Andrea. I see the house is coming together, and one of the things that I have learned, and I'm gonna say that I'm pretending a bit, I kind of planned this through. It's not my first rodeo. That siren you can hear, I planned that too. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's they're probably looking for me. But I kind of always have a roundabout idea where I'm going to go in these projects, because I've done them so many times. But here's the downside to these things is, even though I've done it that many times, it's amazing how much more I end up spending than I originally planned. And probably it would be a good idea if I'd sit down and put a little more thought into it's amazing when you sit down and you think, I'm going to fill my trailer twice in this project, and I kid you not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm not talking filling my trailer. I'm talking
filling your trailer.
I'm talking I filled the trailer. I had boards stuck in the side.
Yeah,
it was heaping helpings of.
I saw a lot of it on Hall Street on the way here.
I tried to dump a few loads off at Mike Holliday's house, but for some reason it just didn't go like I'd planned. But so you talk about needing an appraisal. And that's to find out the value of the house before you even start.
Yes.
How helpful is it that I get a credit score before we even start anything?
The basis really to any loan is your credit score. And it's so important that it's the number one. It immediately tells us as lenders and underwriters what program you qualify for, whether it's, like I said, a car loan or a construction loan, a remodel, anything, the most important thing you can take care of, and I can't stress that enough. First thing any lender will look at.
It's the credit score.
Is the credit score.
So when I come in there and you plug my numbers in, is it the credit score?
No, I believe you had a great credit score.
Did I really?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, let's go buy something.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think you already did.
Yes.
No, it's
so it does play a big role.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
So what if your credit score isn't the best?
Well, there's different programs for everybody. When I say everybody, there's a limit. You can't just not pay your bills and expect to buy a house on 19th and be able to fix it up. No one, you're not going to get the loan. So, a credit score of 640 or 620 or better is generally workable.
Right.
Anything above that.
Right. So you can work with that, and if you're below that, then
you need to do some work and
spend some time.
Spend some time with your credit and get to know why your score is lower than 620.
Oh, yeah, maybe. we'll pretend that's not here. That's
okay.
the best part.
They're not going to get paid anyway.
When the bill. No, they will. Okay. So let's say I take a look at this house. I come in and talk to you, and I say, "Hey, Patrick, I've got this house. I want to put this addition on." And we look back and forth at it, and we say, "Wow, that value of that house isn't really going to be there when you're done." So so there's probably a point in there you say, instead of investing in that house, why don't you go look at something newer already done? Or do you ever ask about, do you have any experience in remodeling? I mean, are you going to remodel it yourself, or do you even care about that, or how do you go about it?
From a lender's perspective, yes, the loan to value is the other thing. Credit, loan to value, job history, and debt to income are the four biggies. But you just brought up loan to value. So if Kris is wanting to put $200,000 in a house, and it's only going to appraise for 180, you're not going to get 200,000, and that's a choice you need to make.
Right.
And I might suggest, hey, you want to look at something else, but that's not really my place. I can tell you, hey, I think we're going to be too high on the loan to value here.
Right.
Are you okay with that? Because I'm only going to lend you this much.
Right. So you sit down and explain it and lay it all out. So like in your house, doing a bathroom, did you think about, is it going to add value to my house, or what did you?
Yeah, to some degree, we were conscious of that. Now you can always choose different things, cost points within there. We chose to go with higher end things because we plan to be there a long time. If we were really just trying to resell it, maybe we wouldn't have made some of the choices we did.
Right. That makes sense. A guy like me in my 51st house, do I seek long term?
That's one a year for every year you've been alive. Sorry.
My mom always said there was something wrong with me, and I think maybe you just validated it, but that's okay. That's a lot of houses.
That is a lot of houses. Holy cow. If you think about it that way.
I know. So I'm a little different case, maybe, I guess. I'm a special case.
Well, you're an experienced builder, and most people aren't.
Right.
They would hire someone like you or get you to consult
So what other advice can you give us when we're looking to either do a project or, we haven't even talked about new houses. We can go out and buy a brand new house too. I mean, is buying a brand new house like buying a brand new car?
No, there's a lot more. It's a lot bigger investment. It's got a lot more upside. It's an hopefully appreciating asset that you're buying, and it has been in Hayes for a long time. But there's similarities. You want to make sure you're getting the best interest rate, the best closing costs. You always talk about having a foundation as being the most important part of the house. Well, I would consider the loan that you get as being the foundation of the financial investment, that you're making in the house.
That's a good analogy because I think if you have to put a lot of thought into a house you're going to buy or what you're going to do, because number one, are you planning on just being there 2, 3, 4 years, putting some work into it and then just kind of rolling on? Or are you thinking about, is it, like you said, is my house for a long time?
Are you going to flip it or are you going to rent it?
Yeah, or flip it or rent it makes a big deal. And then the interest rate you get, you might pay a little more interest if you're only going to be there a short time compared to if you're going to be there a long time. You want to get that interest rate as low as possible.
Absolutely.
How about refinancing real quickly? What do you think of that?
There's a point where refinancing makes sense. And the first thing we do when someone comes in and says, hey, I'm in my house, my interest rate's 4.5, what can I get? And we look at that is it going to be cost effective to refinance the first thing we do? Because we don't want to do it just to do it.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's same concept.
Wow.
You know,
there's a lot to think about.
There is.
I think there is hope for me though. Even though, you know, I think, let's see, about 7 of my bills blew away. So God, let's order the granite countertops today. We will be right back.
Inspiration, it's all around us. You just need to know where to look. Investing in your house is one of the best financial things you can do for your family. At First Assured Mortgage, we're inspired by you to help you find the best loan for your needs. Come and see us at First Assured Mortgage, where we're locally owned, and we'll meet you anytime, in the evening or during the day. 785-621-4447.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Gable with Technology Integration Solutions. Call us today for a free estimate and let us see how we can simplify things for you.
You see their trucks all over the area. The name, JDR Painting. They're getting great reviews for great painting jobs. JDR Painting, respecting your home and your business with great painting results. JDR Painting, a new way to get a little, medium, and big painting job done. You can even book your painting jobs online to be done when you want it done. Schedule it now at repaintkansas.com. JDR Painting, a new and refreshing way to paint.
If you're ready to replace your bath or shower enclosure and want a professional installation, stop by Advantage Glass Plus in Hayes. Select a standard or customized enclosure, framed or frameless, with hinged, pivoting, or sliding doors. Give your bath some personality and style with patterned glass available in many textures, including obscured, clear, and rain. Let the glass experts from Advantage Glass Plus create your new bath enclosure. 1005 Vine in Hayes. Find our ad in the Next Tech directory.
The timing is impeccable. I'm telling you, that boy is. Are you ready? That boy is cutting some holes in that house. Sounds like I got the biggest termites. Those are the kind of termites that eat dog food. I mean, have you fed the termites this morning, honey? Whew, that whole house is shaking. He gets busy in there.
Yeah.
He's a worker.
No
I told him he couldn't do any wiring until he got the hole cut in the for the ductwork, and I'm telling you, that was a motivating factor for that boy. He's going to get that electrical wiring going. We're back. Wow.
Yeah, a lot to think about. A lot of options that I wasn't aware of too.
Yeah. You know, I mean, when you see all those options, it is overwhelming, and it makes you go, whew. Maybe I'll just leave my bathroom the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, or, you know, and I mean, so if you don't know where to start, I can see why, you've got to rest assured with First Assured. I like that. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
I kind of like that. Yeah.
I know, catchy.
I'm gonna drink 4 beers tonight and try to say that like over and over and over. I don't know how I'll do, but I don't know if you can hear that boy in there right now on my mic, but holy moly, I have to speak up to hear you. So on your project, you saved the money. You budgeted, you sat down, said, here's about what we need, and you sat down and saved some cash up to get your project on, and you're rolling in on budget, you think?
Yeah,
close?
pretty close.
Is there anything you've said, you know what, we're spending more? The cast iron tub had to be, thank God that's not by the pound.
No, we researched the cost of that ahead of time. So I think we were fine on that. I think the vanity turned out to cost more. We ended up having that built here locally. To fit our dimensions. Yeah, we had a real narrow space to work with.
Yeah,
so.
Sometimes it's a little better to do a custom, which custom work is going to cost more.
Yeah, not too bad, but
really?
Yeah, it was more than we were initially planning for.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I mean, a lot to think about. And then, another side is you don't even think about the construction loan, instead of trying to save. Because if I were to step back and, like when I started in the beginning, when I started doing houses, I went and got construction loans. I would go borrow, now back when I started, you could buy a house for I think my first house cost me $40,000.
Oh my gosh.
You know, this renovation's costing more than
Yeah.
$40,000. So, but back then that was a lot of money, and you know, so I still had to sit down and do this. I mean, do the planning. You know, the other side of it is and I still do this today. Is I ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I still get into the issues when, you know, we're looking at doing a project like this. I bring in an electrician. I say, okay, where do we put a panel? You know, how big a panel do I need? Where's the best place to put it so we can access?
So you get lots of quotes.
Oh
and
man,
things
I mean,
like
you just have to start somewhere and ask a lot of questions. On the plumbing, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do we need to take out the sewer? Do we need to take it all the way to the street? You know, your project, you've done some. You're having to do some plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're having to think it through. And you think, I think the cool thing is really so far the stuff we've done has been cheap. I mean, cheap.
I don't know. You got a whole new electrical panel going in
But
there.
really and truthfully, not as expensive as you think.
Really?
It's the wire and running all the wire and the hours that you put into the labor of running all that electrical. You know, gutting the kitchen's the easy part.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
kitchen cabinets and the countertops and the faucets, and you start adding all that fancy stuff up.
Yeah.
That's the expensive stuff. The addition we've put on, really and truthfully, not that expensive.
Cool.
Amazingly, I think we have about $5,000 in that addition.
Huh.
Isn't that
And it looks awesome.
which is amazing when you think about, we start looking at the material, you add up 2x4s, that's cheap. You know, boxing is cheap, shingles are pretty reasonable. You know, patio door, that starts to escalate the price a little bit. You start looking at finished materials. What kind of ceiling fan am I gonna hang?
Well, that
Price.
and labor is another thing, which is partly why we've chose to do our
I don't
bathroom
pay my help.
ourselves. Well, you do with burgers from Ernie's.
Yeah,
so.
I do. I go get them, I bribe them with hamburgers. I pay my help, but most of the time. But you know, that's where the expenses start. And the other side of it is how much of your bathroom have you done by yourself?
Just about all of it other than the vanity and a little bit of plumbing.
And so when you think about that, you look at a project, you can almost, so let's say my addition's gonna cost me $5,000 in materials. You can almost take that times 3.
Yes.
And that would be the cost if you were to hire it done. So I could easily have $15,000 wrapped up in that thing. So it adds up fast, the labor side adds up fast. So that's why I always tell people, start with a small project, you know, find some success in it. And
that's what we've done too. Is we started with small, just living room, bedrooms, things like that. And along the way, we learned a lot to the point where we were able to now do this bigger project and feel confident in it.
And maybe one of these days when you're getting ready to do some windows, maybe you'll do the next windows yourself.
I could, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean, you'll find the you know, you'll have the background and the confidence, I think, is the biggest thing.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Rest assured at first assured.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish I had a saying. I need a slogan. What kind of slogan can I have?
The Munchie
I hang
way.
out with Hunza Foots and Andrea. I mean, how do you come up with a slogan for that? I tell you what. Well, House to Home, another week.
Yay!
Good job. Stay with us. We'll be right back. If my walls could talk, and my walls will talk.
Western Supply in Hayes has been working with local contractors and homeowners for over 25 years, providing faucets and fixtures for new home and remodeling projects. Come on into Western Supply and let their in-house consultants work with you. Western Supply has 2 brand new showrooms full of ideas to meet all of your kitchen and bath needs. If you can dream it, we have it. Everything from one-piece and multi-piece showers to bathroom tubs and tops. It's all right here.
Come see us at Western Supply, 1207 Cedar, Hayes.
Why go anywhere else but Horizon Appliance and Electronics for quality name brand appliances like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Maytag, plus many state-of-the-art electronics such as Samsung, LG, and Sharp TVs, plus America's most recommended mattress, Tempur-Pedic, even Traeger grills. A full selection of quality appliances, electronics, and mattresses all under one roof. Horizon Appliance and Electronics in Hayes, open 7 days a week.
Moving is hard. So much has happened here. I mean, this was Grace's first home. But this new home, well, it's what we always dreamed about. And it's so exciting to think of what will begin here.
And I will do it for you.
For auto, home, life, and health, see American Family Insurance Agent Whitey Cole of Hayes and Ellis.
Your house, you've painted it, fixed it, you've insured it, paid its taxes, and you've loved it. We think it owes you big time. So at Bank of Hayes, we've made it easy to take some of that equity you put into your house and turn it into cash you can put in your pocket. And with that cash, you can do anything. With Home Equity Line of Credit, we'll make your house pay. And it's about time.
Building better ways. The Bank of Hayes.
Building better ways. The Bank of Hayes.
If my walls could talk, and I promise you, my walls will talk. Actually, though, today, a couple extra things. Andrea's still here, and Patrick is back, and we are sitting at a stone table that actually used to be a step into the Opera House. Now, talk about history.
Pretty cool.
Talk about the past.
And
when you think about
hundreds of thousands
think
of
about the
steps.
cowboy boots and the spurs and the guns on the side that have stepped across this piece of stone. That's pretty cool, huh?
Very cool.
It is very cool. Well, you may wonder why Patrick is still here. Actually, after my son's death, and I'm going to be blunt honest with you, I only vaguely remember the email. Now, did you send me an email, or did I reply to an email to you?
I sent you an email when I heard what happened and said, I think it was titled No Words.
Right.
And then it was just a short thing to you.
Right.
And then you sent something back to me and copied somebody, and you wrote, what blank meant to you and how difficult it was. Yeah. It ended up, I think, going viral before things ever, we knew what the word meant. It went all around the school. All Blake's friends got a hold of it. And pretty soon, thousands of people have seen it.
And I think what's interesting about that is the reason why I say that is like I kind of remember that happening, and I don't remember that happening. I don't even remember. I remember it happening, but I don't in a way. And it's crazy because when you look at life's events like that from a guy's perspective, and I always try to get guys to talk. I don't know how the guys you've been around are. I mean, are they willing to talk about emotions?
No, that's something we're working on.
Yeah. It's true. Guys just, I remember my dad telling me once, he goes, I remember, there was a I don't know if it was his mom or somebody had a miscarriage and could remember, grandpa being out in the backyard building a wooden car. I mean, you just didn't talk about it. You don't talk about those things. And today, and here we are, I do think that when I think back on that, I don't know that I blocked it out, or I don't know that I didn't have the permission to talk about it, but it's interesting how I don't remember those things until, especially something like that, the death of a child or a lot of things happen. And I think guys have a tendency we got to be strong, Andrea. We can't show any weakness. If we show weakness, how's it going to make you feel?
Oh, I mean, I think that we all have to be, in my marriage, when my husband is struggling, I need to be his rock, and when I'm struggling, he needs to be my rock.
Isn't that cool?
Well said.
I think that's very well said. And I don't know that happens enough. I think guys tend to be, well, when something's going bad, they're all like, I am a rock, I'll always be a rock, and then they go around back behind the shed and they're like, whoa, they break down, because they gotta let the emotions out. Or probably worse, they do things that they shouldn't be doing, they drink or they become maybe a little abusive with kids. I remember, oh man, it's interesting because I look back on like that letter between us and I do vaguely remember that, but I mean, maybe, do you have a copy of that?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I might have
print it off.
I might have to reread that just to kind of see. It's interesting for me to go look at things like that and kind of see where I was. When I think about that stuff, it's like, wow.
I think that's pretty incredible that you did at that time write out a letter when you did at that point in your life struggle to expose your.
Yeah, I think I've never, I've always been kind of I get my mom, I got my dad's woodworking skills and my mom's heart. And my mom she's not afraid to show emotion and talk, and I get that side of it, and I think it's cool to have your perspective, and especially what you said about marriage, because marriage is, oh my goodness, if when my dad died, and I've shared before how, you know, my mom was looking into his eyes and he had tears and he passed away, you know, that's till death do you part. And does it exist? I had somebody ask me Saturday night, does that really exist? I'm like, I'm telling you, it exists.
Yeah.
It exists. My parents, they did that, you know, and that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
So you and I probably have an example to set for people to be willing to, you know, mentor and say, hey, we're going to show our emotions, we can do it. Not that I'm putting any pressure on you. From here on out, I'm watching, buddy. It's you and I.
Yeah, I better be crying when you see me next time.
Next time I see you at the grocery store, I want you breaking down by the bananas.
All right. I can do that.
Can you do that on the spot?
Yeah.
You hold him accountable over there. You hear? Got that cute dog. But it is a world where it has been that way, but I see a tide changing. I see guys are given the opportunity to, you know, and I think probably the biggest thing is if you give your husband permission to do that, I think that's probably the biggest thing where a lot of people don't do that. They just think that's the way it is and that's the way it's got to be. But, you know, foundation, you said it, you know, foundations go far, 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 far beyond loans, beyond houses. There's kind of who we are. It kind of builds us. We're part of those experiences. And I think that's a cool thing. And I'm glad you're both here today. I'm glad you're both friends. And I think it's cool. If my walls could talk, and my walls will talk, we'll see you next week on House to Home.